Hey there everybody, welcome back to this Pokemon Snap playthrough that's not a playthrough. Andy the Commentator here with episode number 13, and the focus of this episode is going to be Vulpix. So you can see there the current photo that's saved on the cartridge that I've got for Vulpix, a score of 4,630, and if we check the how that's broken down, it's got a 700 size, 1,000 pose, and a massive 1,230 bonus points for the same Pokemon score. All bringing us to a total, as I've said, of 4,630. Now this photo can be a bit of a pain. It just sort of depends what sort of mood the Vulpix is in, but we'll try and get as near as we can to 4,630. Maybe have a cut for something like 4,200, something like that, just to. As I've said many times throughout this playthrough that's not a playthrough, it's just to give you a flavour of how you get these photos. So because Vulpix is a fire type, we're of course off to the Volcano. I still don't think there's another Pokemon. There's another fire Pokemon. Sorry, I don't think there's a fire Pokemon at any other course. I'm still trying to think of one. But having played through all the courses now, at some point in this series, I haven't yet to encounter. Although to be fair, the one of the courses we've barely got anywhere into it yet because we've only been there. We've been there twice, haven't we? But I don't know. Anyway, so we ignore these rapid ashes. Let's not worry about fire types. Let's focus on Vulpix. Now we need to lure all three of them together using the ASPFs. So let's do that. You need to be careful with this little bit because it can get this first Vulpix can get stuck behind the ledge a little bit. Van, your throwing's good. You can get them together, which is what we need to try and do. To try and get them together, but in front, so we can. Ooh, that wasn't very good. Try that one again. So we need to be getting it basically. It won't eat the ASPF, but it'll sort of celebrate the fact it's there, which is a bit random. And when it's clapping its front legs together, then that's the shot we want. So let's try again. As I said, just need to be a little bit careful with the ASPFs. If you throw it onto this ledge on the right hand side here, the Vulpix will get stuck. So that's just something to be aware of. Also, you don't want to hit the Vulpix if you can avoid it. It doesn't really matter too much, but it's better if you don't hit it. Right, let's get them. Oh, there we go. That could have been good. That potentially was good. We'll try and get a better one. There we go, because that's what happens if you hit it. It sort of stops running. Right, let's see what that looks like. Potentially some good ones there. The problem with Vulpix is it's hard to get it face. Ideally, I want all three facing the camera, but it won't affect the score, but it would just look a little bit better. So you can see there's something like that one, or that one, although it's not actually clapping its legs together there, but it doesn't really matter. See, that's very similar to that one that we've got. Well, there's the ASPFs in the shot, which I'd rather it wasn't. We'll submit that one, because I think that will get the best score. So let's see what we get. The size will be smaller, but the other stuff... 330, wow, it's a lot smaller. Yep, 1,000 pose, yep. So what will we get here? We should get at least 1,000, I would imagine. Yeah, even more. I thought it might because the other two look slightly bigger. So 4,100. So we'll try and get a better shot. We'll try and get a better size score. But you get the idea. That's basically what you have to do. I'll try, if possible, to get all three facing the camera. But that is quite challenging, especially if you hit one with the ASPF, which is what you don't want to do. Oh dear, back to the Volcano. Now, when I was conceptualising this series a long time ago, it's actually quite a long time I've been thinking of doing this and been putting it off, and then I've decided. Finally, I'm running out of games basically, so I thought, well, screw it, let's have a go. And one of the things I wanted to try and do is sort of theme each video. And it's a bit late now because I've started, but one thing I want to do is sort of try and theme each video with a certain song. So I wanted to put I wanted to sort of put a certain song to each video that kind of was appropriate to the Pokemon. Whatever Pokemon, that's going to be too small. Try that one again. Whatever Pokemon was the focus of the video. And I did, as sad as this sounds, I started making a list of, I listed all the Pokemon and started making a list of songs appropriate to them. So, like for example, this is so bad, but I may have ruined this one by admitting this, but when I get to my song for Electabuzz was Black and Yellow by Wiz Khalifa. So that's the sort of mentality that your humble host is working on here. That was, yeah. So I thought that could have been fun. I think one of these hopefully should be good. We'll try that one. I don't know my Vulpix. I can't remember what my Vulpix song was. I can't think what it could be. Because obviously, I suppose is it a small fox? Is it a fox or a dog? I don't know what's the difference. About 10 pints of lager. Anyway, that's not my joke. Right, so these are not quite as good as I thought they were going to be. I want to try and get with it, clapping its feet together. Let's go for that one. Let's go with that one, yeah. Bigger size, but the same Pokemon score won't be as high either on the one that I've got or the one that we just took. But yeah, let's see what that one gets. 840, yeah, so bigger size, which will get doubled as well, because the same Pokemon bonus doesn't get doubled, but everything before does. Right, only 600. We got to 4,200 anyway, which is what I wanted. We'll have another go. Let's see if we can get a little bit nearer. Let's see if we can get to what's my score? I can't remember what my score is. I was at 4,600 and so. Let's see if we get to 4.5. But I'm not going to spend too much longer on this episode because I think you get the idea of what you need to do. But I do want to try and get one of it clapping its feet together, even though there's no extra bonus. There's no extra pose points if it's clapping its front legs together. It's still 1,000. Joe will still say it looks happy. So why have you run all the way over there? The other annoying thing about this one, it doesn't always follow the same path. Right, I've got 2 together. We need to get all 3. Let's throw it vastly into the distance. That one's got lost now. Right, they're not all together here, so I think. Ooh, that's actually quite useful. The fact it's just stopped me. Stop me. Oh, for Pete's sake. Well, that sucked. Try again. The Rapidash run by. I think when we get to Rapidash, that's going to be the one that's going to be the quickest one in terms of how far into the level we need to go, because it's literally straight away. Even sooner than Bulbasaur and Squirtle have been, and 1 or 2 others that have been quite early on. Right, Vulpix, if you could run through there, that'd be great. It's just getting all 3 of them together, that's the problem. And getting them big enough. That's the other problem. See, once again there, it's hard not to hit them. That's the problem. Well, it's not the only problem, it's one of them. See what I mean? You throw the ASPF and literally they just sprint straight towards it. And they end up... I'll try again. They end up getting... You end up hitting them by them running into the ASPF rather than you actually throwing it at them. It's a bit of a pain, this one. It can be a bit of a pain, but we've got 2 decent scores already, so I don't need to spend too much longer on this. But I do want to try, as I said, and try and get one of it, try and get a slightly better one of it, clapping its front legs together, and also I want to try and get a slightly nearer score than what I've already got. Just getting them all together, that's the issue. Keeping them all. Ooh, right, okay, that could have been good potentially. It really is bugging me, actually, that they're like... We'll see what that one looks like. It is bugging me, though, that as the ASPS's bouncing, it's bouncing up into them running... It's bouncing up and then running into it is then causing the collision. Slightly irritating. But that's not too bad. The size won't be quite as good. In fact, to be honest with you, that will probably get a better score than that. Because the other 2 are more in the shot. But I'll do the one of it clapping its. I'll do the one of it clapping its feet just to prove that it's that you don't get any extra pose points for that. It's still 1,000. Then we may have one more go and then we'll call it a day. 580, that's not too bad. Yeah, so it's still 1,000 even though it's clapping its feet. Oh, there we go. 1,000. Oh, it's slightly bigger same Pokemon score. It's 1,300 same Pokemon score. So 4,460. So again, so that's basically all you need to do. So that's how you get a good score for Vulpix. I'll have one more go. We'll submit one more photo and then we'll move on. Because I think we've exhausted everything there is to exhaust on this episode. Again, it's one of those Pokemon that I don't really know what the air quotes perfect score would be. I don't know what the absolute best score you could get is. Because I think if you got 1,000 size, obviously, you know, you get 1,000 size on the Vulpix that you're focusing on. But if you get 1,000 size, you'll be losing out on same Pokemon points because obviously then the main Vulpix is taking up more of the shot. I'm kind of stating the obvious there, but so I mean, it starts running towards the ASPF before it's landed, so then you end up hitting it. Right. Oh, there we go. That could be good. We'll see what that one looks like. We'll see what that looks like. Getting them all facing the camera is quite challenging, but it is possible. Right. I don't know which one's going to be better here, because that one will get a... I wish the ASPF wasn't in the shot, but that one will get a bigger same Pokemon score, but that one will get a bigger size. I'm going to... Ooh. That one will get a massive same Pokemon score, because they're pretty much all in the shot. I'm going to go with that one, though. Yeah, I'm going to go with that one. This has got a small chance of beating my current score, but either way, whatever this gets, we're done off this one. Not been a too bad of episode, this one. Not been as painful as I thought it may have been. Okay. Wasn't expecting that episode. I thought it would have been bigger. Yeah. Right, so it's all going to come down to the same Pokemon score. Can we beat 1,230? I suspect not, because it looks more clipped. Yeah, only 910, so... yeah. I wonder if it would have been better going for the other one when... yeah, I think the one before may have got a bigger score, actually. Anyway, so that's how you get Vulpix. So it's just a case of a bit of trial and error and sort of trying to sort of balance same Pokemon score and size, just to try and get all three of them in the shot. But you need all three in the shot to get the really big score. So, we'll call it a day for this episode. So we'll do what we normally do and go back to the report. I don't know why I do this, but I've started, so I'll finish. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So that's the Vulpix that we've got. So we haven't managed to beat the current one, but it doesn't matter. So that is the end of episode number 13. So if you did enjoy this episode, then you know what to do. That'd be fantastic if you did any of those things. But join me next time. We're moving on. Episode number 14. We're going to be taking Jigglypuff, which is going to be a little bit of a special episode, but I'll reveal that tease at that point. But join me next time, as I said. Jigglypuff next. Until we get to that point, for now from me, it is sayonara.